Hollywood, California. So good to be back here in the spacious, well, not spacious, let's be honest, it's cozy. As Greg Proops would say, the cozy and salubrious confines of Meltdown Comics. Once again, Harmontown is now in session. Let's welcome Spencer Crittenden to the stage, shall we? Hello, Spencer. And the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Sorry, young man, sorry. Hello. Ooh, spooky. It's scary here tonight. It's scary every year, all the time this year. That's everything gets so scary, Jeff.
You went on a haunted hayride last night.
I did go on a haunted hayride, yeah. It was scary finding out I can't sit cross-legged anymore. Oh, the ghost of your 30s. You didn't even know they were dead.
Wait, your knees were aching or what?
I just couldn't. Okay, here's what the haunted hayride is. So I didn't even. Thank you for bringing up the haunted hayride. This is amazing. I had nothing.
You've missed proper controlling since I've been away here.
Oh, damn! Shots fired, Curtis Armstrong.
Talking to you,
the K-12, dude. Okay, come on, no tangents if you're a man of your word.
My job is to keep you on a straight thread all the way through to the finish line.
Yeah. We've got an important show tonight. Everything has been hammered out. And if I wander, it's a crime, and it ain't mine. I ain't doing the time. Squeeze your ass like a piece of lime. I fucked your mama so hard she gave me an extra dime. I said, I'm gonna call you. I'm drawing a line. All right, so. Yes, it's great. You're right to applaud. It's absolutely. I have nothing but respect for you. The more that you encourage me, because it means you're good people, because I love myself. All of that was sarcasm, but don't worry about it. You're fine. You know that we're all smoke and light. Just get you. I'm killing. Or you're the worst. Anyways, sorry that got to you. I'm channeling Andy Kindler because he's here tonight. I feel like I'm like biting some of his.
You're not a large enough vessel to hold the majesty that is Andy Kindler.
No, nobody is. I'm just saying, like, I'm doing some like some weird, like I'm such a fan that I'm kind of like I wouldn't discount the idea that I'm kind of like enchanted and sort of like have a Kindler spell cast on me.
Yeah, I think when Andy Kindler enters the room, if you have any antenna at all, they're hitting a certain frequency of high speed, alacrity, cunning.
And the double, triple, quadruple self-awareness that turns into such self-denial that it's like a swirling.
I think we can say that if he doesn't come out here and give us the greatest comedy show of all time,
all right,
then I've got him pegged all wrong.
He went out. He went to get a sandwich.
Right there, right.
It's fine. Oh, okay. So the haunted hayride. Okay, so you go on it. Doesn't matter. As you can imagine.
For me, the haunted hayride is a thing that just haunts my ability to get home in Los Feliz because it clogs up traffic from the 5 all the way to my place.
I don't drive anymore, but I went there, and you're being driven. You know, there's a tractor when you're there. That's the irony, is that you're driving and you're like going slower than the tractor.
Are you sitting on physical hay, proper hay?
Yeah, there's hay. But there's no chairs. So that's the thing. Is
you can't put a chair on hay.
But here's the thing about hay and not having chairs and hay rides. Even haunted ones, I would have assumed before the 2 nights ago, that they're like, I don't know why you'd be riding on hay, but I know that you wouldn't be doing it with 65 people.
No, it should be you and Terry Garr and the.
It should be you and Terry Garr or Andy Kindler or like Mike Nesmith. I don't care who it is, as long as there's 4 to 8 of them.
That would be a fucking good hayride.
Me, you, Kindler, Jerry Carr, and Mike Nesmith. You guys are going to have to Google 3/4 of that to find out why it would be dynamite. You're going to love it. Like when I call them the Knievel of kvetch, I'm like, what? Just Google. But it's hay. So what happens is
it loose? I'm picturing like a hay wagon.
It's loose hay. It's loose, slippery, like effectively lubricating hay. It's not bales of tightly bound, healthy dog shit, like firm, like nobody's fed it table scraps. It's like
you've revealed some of your own backstory on that.
No, I have the fact that my dog takes nice, firm, healthy poops, and that even just stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the things that you're used to. All right, just stop. Everybody, just let me get through the
My
fucking.
name is Humpty.
There's nothing. There was one thing. So about the chain link. There was a chain link area when you stand in line and you get into there's a chain link area right before you're getting into the hay cart, and they have it all worked out. They've been doing this for a long time. Not the scary parts, but the crowd control parts. The scary parts are apparently decided on by committee 3 weeks before each thing. And I don't even know. I walked out with so many questions. I was like, are they just upset about school shootings? Is that why they just threw like random shit out there and just hoped it was a little scary but not upsetting? Like it was like a mildly uncomfortable hayride. I would not call it haunted in the least by anything. Like except for the ghost of pride and craftsmanship. I mean, that was certainly there, like going, remember me, you forgot me. And I was like, no, the ghost of there's too many ghost jokes that I...
Wait, so take me through it. Like, so you're cruising along, I'm imagining at like 1 mile an hour as you're going through various little townships.
I have something to tell you about before that, though.
Okay.
Because you're in line, and I was actually happy to be, there was VIP tickets for like $5 more, where you can like walk past people. And I'll do that I would do that. Under normal circumstances, I would pay 500 times more than you would for the fun of walking around you if I had to walk 8 more times the distance. I would just be so happy just to be moving. I would just walk around you and be rich. I am not a man of the people. But I did not buy a VIP ticket on purpose because I was so high. I was scared that I was going to get scared. Because I said, Dino, I don't like the people touching you. And he said, they can't touch you. They can't touch you. They're not allowed to touch you. Which is like the scariest thing in the world. They're not allowed to touch you. It sounds a little scary. But then they keep repeating that. They don't touch them. They won't touch you. They're not allowed to touch you. You're not allowed to touch them. It's like being in Jonestown. Like it's just like, but there's like, and then there's like these like, okay, so you go through the line and then you get into this chain link area that's designed to hold not the number of people but the volume of flesh. When the chain link thing right before you get on the hay cart is full of human tissue, they close it behind the last person after they've shamed the front people. Come on, move in. And I thought the guy at first, I was like, oh, is he like a bad UCB or IO guy doing like a Southern character to like create an air of like, because otherwise he's like in the middle of Los Angeles, like bossing people around who are drunk and high and thought it would be funny if they paid you to try to scare me, motherfucker. And I thought that's actually brilliant that they've adopted like this Southern thing. This is like something that people in LA are like maybe like, oh shit, I saw those movies. I'm not gonna fuck with this guy.
This guy's Ned Beatty.
But he was too authentic and too unfunny to have been trained in anything. And because he kept doing these jokes, he's like, all right, people. So you get into this chain link, like just like this chain link like cauldron because when the doors open, then you're gonna get on the hay cart. Oh, it's gonna be so fun when you get on the hay cart. So then you're there, and then this guy, just like, Peanut style, has his forearms over the top of the chain link fence looking down at you. And he has a little baby bullhorn because you're not that far away. And he goes like, okay, people, got a couple rules for you. You're going to have a good time, but you got to follow these rules. Do not touch the actors. I repeat, do not touch the actors. That goes for touching them, and then he would like do some bit, and I don't even remember the bit. That's how unfunny, and nobody laughed, and I was like, and then you go like, do not stand when you're on the hay cart. Keep all of your arms and hands down by your 4-point landing. That, in other words, that is your gluteus maximus, your butt, your sugar shaker, your flim flam. I made it funnier than he did. Like he tried to his joke was that he was talking hip hop or something like for at the end. So everyone's just like kind of bummed out, and they're like, "Yes, we got it. Like those are not unimportant rules. We're glad you told them to us. Like we're not snarky. I thought I was with a group of enlightened people. Like when nobody was causing trouble. Nobody
was he dressed spooky? What was he dressed?
He was dressed like a hillbilly. Like they were all just it's a tractor driven. It's a tractor themed horror experience. It's I think you've all when you think of horror staples, you think of farm equipment like chainsaws to cut down trees. Who would have thought those could be scary? Well, everybody, because they can cut people and have. But pitchforks, who would have thought that? Well, because they stab people. Tractor rides. Get in the tractor. This tractor isn't haunted. It's taking a break between its normal tractor functions while going through a haunted area. That's like, there's a tractor pulling me. It's like nothing's scary when you're being pulled by a tractor. So there's nothing scary. Rosemary's Baby, what if she had been on a tractor going through the movie? I was like, your baby's special. I think our neighbors are cultists, but we're on a tractor. So who cares? Like Jaws. Oh God, this wasn't a boat accident. I don't know. If he tries to bite us, he'll probably break his teeth on the tractor. We're on a tractor.
You won't even need a bigger tractor.
You won't. Don't encourage him. It's my show.
Encourage me. I've been away for a while. Encourage me.
So here's the only thing. I can't believe you brought this up. I just didn't even. It's because I really remembered this, and it's like so it was me and Dino, and I was like, we're like, yeah, we understand the rules. So then this guy, then there was like some hustle over here, like there was some business happening over here on the outside of the cage, and he's like, huh, what? Okay, Shelby, because he realized, and I want you to remember that moment, because at first, he was going to do it loudly.
Into his mini bullhorn?
But what you'll find in this story is that the matter he needed to attend to demanded some respect and privacy. So he Shelby, we got a little handicap over here. No, I need so we got another second round. Let's go 65. No, not 67, because it's two. We got a little handicap situation. And I'm like, I go, okay, look, not when he wants you to look. Now that it's been all this time, look. And it's just, well, what did I see? A human being in a wheelchair who is having the scariest night of their life now. The night they feared since the moment, whether it was birth or whatever ailed them, would happen. Which is the dumbest people in the world swarming around them, calling them a little handicap. And everyone being fine with it while they claw at chain link, struggling for a view of the little handicap. I was fucking blown away. I thought at that point, I was like, well, we're certainly not in the hands of people who care about our feelings, and that's scary. But they are very rule-oriented, so that undercuts it. You can't touch anybody. No one can touch you. Go to our website if you feel touched. Get in the thing. And then everyone's like wearing clown masks and like trying to do these bits that are based on like a different world where probably it didn't have to be said constantly that no one could touch you. And it's like, and probably there was like, I feel like over the years as epidemics of violence in our country like increased and the committees that run this thing changed around, I feel like I imagine that an explanation of what I experienced that night, that the lights gradually got brighter and that the actors gradually got more and more scolded for certain turns of phrase, and it just results in just these people just like that are just as dumb as someone who might be able to scare you real good. Like nothing scarier than a dumb fuck. Like with your money in suspenders, like fucking hanging out, like in Charlie. Have you ever been to a carnival ever in the last 38 years? That's terrifying. The last thing you see is like, all right, hold tight, keep your shoes, and he pulls this lever, and you're like hearing these bolts that you know he doesn't understand just creak and strain, and you're just remembering all of these articles, and you're like trying to figure out if they're apocryphal. What are the rates? Where am I on this chart? Why is there a rope across my belly? I've been on the Batman ride. I know what you're capable of. I know you're capable of making me safe. Why is everything so wooden? That when it rains, I've had decks. Do you check it every day? Everything's wood. Why is everything wood? Like, so my point being, you can be scary just for nothing, just by being a hick and hanging out.
So when the thing embarks,
but they're all bound by this code, so they're just sort of like doing this show.
When the hayride kicks off and you leave the station and you're going out there, are you just passively writing through little tableau?
So then you all file in and stand shoulder to shoulder. They keep yelling at you that you're not. That as close as you feel you are, that you're not close enough to each other, but they can't touch you and you can't touch them. But you know, welcome to fucking Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, and like, just imagine if you got on that thing with the wrong combination of people. I was like, thank God for the wonderful people that were on there with me. Mike Nesmith, Terry Garr, Rick Schroeder, Norm Macdonald. Lil Wayne, Stevie Nicks, two Baldwins, but one of them was the sexist non-Baldwin. You know that guy's not a real Baldwin. I just found that out.
Fake Baldwin?
I lost my faith in the Baldwin name. He's not a Baldwin. He's some guy named Baldwin. He's not a Baldwin. It should be against the law when you have a certain amount of name real estate in Hollywood.
All right, so you leave the station, and you're going down the front. What's the first act of the haunted hayride? What's the first thing that you see as you leave chain link fence?
What happened with the handicap situation?
They just had to take the next cart, and I'm sure they were tended to very sensitively, and I'm sure if you go to their blog, you'll find that they love Halloween now.
So it's Griffith Park. It's by the zoo and the golf course there. It's nighttime, and you leave.
Just give me a moment.
You're now.
That poor little handicap. He called her he referred to a human being. I think what he meant to say is a little handicap situation. If he had just said situation, I would chuckle, but then because of his concern about it and stuff, it would be like, oh, that's colloquial and we are too PC. Like he's expressing a need. We have a little handicap situation. That could be something a hero says. But he left the word out. So he reduced someone's humanity. What was that if you know I had to be talked into going there that night. Jesus Christ! What about me in a wheelchair? What do you think? I'd never go. So that means somebody fucking cajoled that person. They were like, please, Handicap Harmon, please. You're such a curmudgeon. You're such a loner. It's unhealthy. Please come out just once. I swear to God. I promise. You're gonna have a good time.
Now somebody.
We got a little handicap here. I want to kill myself. And depending on my situation, I may not be able to. I'm gonna put it into my book. I'm gonna write it with my foot, and I'm gonna fucking die a spiritual death. And I'm gonna be hanging out as a flesh husk. Haunting you. That's gonna you think these ghosts scare me? You people are the monsters. Because you think I'm a ghost. So you get on the thing, and then there comes this point, and this is on me. This is my fault. The rest of the evening is my fault because then they go. I'm so nervous now. I'm like, I don't have to. They keep saying that I'm not close enough to people. I feel like they're right. If somebody tells me that I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna first assume they're right. And then so I'm like, oh, so close to people, and then they're like, now sit. And it was like, everyone was like, thump into this like land of lakes, like fucking lotus position. And I was like, I gotta play this smart because I'm 42. And I kind of like, I tried, I overthought it. And I was like, well, I'm certainly not gonna, but then again, what if my foot, and then I was like, well, sometimes on the couch I put, after a long day, but then my shoes would be off normally. And I was like, well, I'll be asked but if I have to move. And I just ended up in a fucking weird, like breakdancing pose. And everyone kept asking me, are you okay? For real, every time I moved a muscle, one of three, women my age, it wasn't like a high school experience. It was like women my age, they, out of courtesy and respect for my humanity, they would feel spasms happening and would look over at me and go like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I was like, because the hay is slippery. And I'm like, I just try to, but one of the rules is you can't get up. If you get up, you will be ejected from the ride.
You know what you should have said? You should have said at some point, you should have raised your hand and said, excuse me, I have a little handicap situation going on.
I am a little handicapped. Yes. And I would like to be ejected from the ride for the duration necessary to properly fold my legs underneath.
Now, can you not sit cross-legged, or you just panicked?
I don't
Try
know.
it right now. Try to sit cross-legged.
This is TV dynamite.